Support and resistance. What is support and resistance? Support and resistance are levels where the market had difficulties breaking through historically, which means in the past where market has difficulty breaking through. It's known as what? Support and what? It can either be support level or resistance level. Now, what is support level? This is a level in which price has historically proven that buyer have more pressure within that zone. So support level is where the price has proven that buyers has more buying pressure. That is known as what? The support level. While resistance level, this is the level in which the price has proven historically that sellers have more pressure within that zone, which is on the resistance level. You always have to look at what the left hand side, which is in the past, what price has done in the past historically. So whenever you see, okay, price has more buying pressure here, more buying pressure here, you should know that's your what? Your support level. And sellers has more buying pressure here, you should know that's what? Your resistance level. Always look at on the left hand side, which is the past, historically what price has done before. You can see on the diagram here, you can see this is what? A template for what? A textbook template. You can see your resistance here and your support here is likely to be your ceiling and your floor. So the floor is what? Your support level, preventing you for pulling down, and what? The resistance is your what? Your ceiling, preventing you for what? For pushing to the upside. That's known as your resistance level. You can see what market did within this place. So when the market pushes from this point to this point, so the resistance, which is known as your ceiling or your supply zone. So the resistance is also known as what? Your supply zone, while the support is also known as what? Your demand zone. So when the market pushes from this point to this point, the resistance what? Pushes it down. It bounces it back and what? And create and move down to a support level, created a support level here and pushes up. Again, resistance will bring it down, what came back to another support level, pushes up. You can see that's the same thing here. You can see our market pushes up to this level, which is the resistance level. It came backward to this what? Support level, pushes up toward to the supply level, came back toward to the demand level, now finally broke out of the ceiling and came back to retest what? The ceiling. That which was ceiling before now became what? The floor. So your resistance can turn into what? Your support level, which is your supply zone can turn into what? Your demand zone. This is what happens here. So when the market finally broke out the zone, it came back to retest it and was start what? Pushing to the upside. Types of support and resistance zone. We have two types of support and resistance zone. We have what? The major zone and what? The minor zone. The major zone, this is where you look at for buy or sales opportunity. The major zones are where you look at for buys and sell opportunities. These zones are based on you as a trader. Are you a scalper? Are you a day trader or swing trader? So it is based on you. Your minor zone, you don't buy or sell from these levels. You tend to see these levels as where the market will react when price get there. So you can see them as your first, second, and third point of what? Take profit. So based on the trader that you have, when you take your trade from your major zone and as it's moving towards your what? Your minor zone, you should pay attention to how market will react on that zone in order for you to see your if you are to take profit from that point or you are to what? To hold based on how market is reacting on those zones. You get it? You get to understand it as what? We move on. Things you need to know about support and resistance. These things are vital. You need to know them, let them sink into you. They are not just lines. Support and resistance, demand and supply, the floor and the ceiling are not just lines. They are not just lines. Number two, always take a look at your left hand side when plotting your support and resistance level. Always take a look at your left hand side when plotting your support and resistance level to see how the market has reacted in the past and to know the recent what support and resistance level. Just to see how market has reacted in the past in order for you to know what the recent and what the recent and the recent supply and resistance level. See what market did here. So this is the resistance level and this is the support. Pushes up, bounce back, pushes up, bounce back, finally break out. You see, you can see this box. These are the zones. You can see this box. These are the zones. So it's not just a line. When the market broke out this line, you still expect the zones and pushes what to the downside. And market what came back to here again. It respect the zones. It's not just the line. Don't take price. Just don't take your buy or sell opportunity from just the line. You have to draw a zone and say, okay, within this zone, I want to see how market will react within this zone, and I take my action from this zone. You can see it on the support level. It's just within the zone. I trust you understand now. How to draw support and resistance level. How to draw your support and resistance level. Look out for the most obvious area where the market has rejected the most in the past. For you to draw a proper support and resistance level, look at on where historically on the left hand side, which is in the past, where market has what obviously rejected the most. Obviously rejected the most. That's where how to figure your support and resistance level. A, lowest recent support level. If you want to plot your support and resistance level, when you open your chart, the first thing you have to look at for is what the recent what support level. You plot it out, which is the A here. Then after plotting out the recent support level, you look to the upside to plot out what the recent what resistance level at the upside, which is the highest resistance level at the upside and the lowest resistance level on the downside. So then after plotting out the highs and the lows, then look within the highs and the lows, which is within that recent support level and the recent what resistance level, the highest recent resistance level. After you plot it out, there are some other effective what major support and resistance zone within those highs and low of the support and resistance which you plotted. So then you plot those ones as you have to figure them out, because price will likely what reject or react off those points. Price will likely react off those points. Just as what you see here. You can see there's a level here. You can see this diagram. There's a level here. There's a level here. There's a level here. So when price pushes up to this side, came to this resistance level, price what rejected there and came back to this support. To respect this support level. You see, it was a resistance that what became what a support level and pushes to the upside. You see, so price came back to respect this level because price did not get what you at this level. So if you are expecting to buy it and you see price doing this, it will affect you secondly. Oh, you might wait for the whole month, price will still not get to the air because why? Price is rejecting off this level here. Price is rejecting of this level. That is why you have to what mark up those zones within the highest resistance level and the lowest support level. Price might likely what react in those level. And you see how price reacted here again. When price came back, reacted here, and when price came back, what he reacted here and what started pushing up and what finally break out of this resistance level and give us what a break and retest of the level and what continue the buy. You understand? Note, You are to buy when price are at the support level and to sell when price are at the resistance level. You have to wait for price to get to that your support level, which is this. You have to wait for price to get to this level. Remember, it's a zone, not the line, the zone. So when you plot it out, just when you plot it out with your line, then you use your tool to draw the zone. So when price get to that zone, you what that your support zone, you buy from that place. And when price get to this your resistance zone, you sell from that point. However, support and resistance level are not exact price point and they can change. For example, an area of support can become resistant if bias changes, just as what price did here, this point. You can see. So an area of resistance level turn to what? A support level. Because why? Bias and changes and what price of keyboard moving to the upside. So it's not a must that when price get to here, I will surely what? When price get to this resistance level, I will surely sell from this point. No, relax, calm down, take a chill pay. Just relax, see how price is reacting within those zones. And if price broke it with what? A full body bullish candle, so wait and see what price will do again. You see how price broke off this place with full body bullish candle and price will keep tanking to the upside. Then price came back to retest it before price continued to the upside. So take a chill pill and see how price react within those zones. As a swing trader, your major support and resistance level should be on monthly and weekly time frame, which is your major what? Where you should take your buys and sales opportunity from should be on monthly and weekly time frame. And your minor should be on daily. Your minor should be on daily. Okay, when market gets to this place, these are where we had when market get to this place. And your entry should be on H4 and H1. Your entry, which is your entry where you take your buys opportunity and your sell opportunity, should be on H4 or H1 as what? A swing trader. As a day trader, your major support and resistance level should be on daily and what? H4, on daily and H4. And your minor support and resistance level should be on H1, where you should be looking at for, okay, when market get to this level, we react. Or you just have to watch out for those levels, how market will react on those places. If market reacted funny and you don't understand it very well, you can close the trade, take just partial profit, or close out some trade and leave some to what? To run. Your entry point should be on 15 or 5 minutes as a day trader. Your entry point should be on 15 or 5 minutes. As a scalper, your major support and resistance level should be on H1. As a scalper, which is you are just looking out to enter the trade for a few minutes and hop out. So as a scalper, your major support and resistance level should be on H1 or probably an H4. So then your minor resistance and support level should be on 15 minutes, where you should be looking at, okay, how market will react within this zone. You get it? Then your entry point should be on what? On 5 minutes or 1 minute. So on if it's on 5 minutes, when candle move, when three candle pops up, you should what? Take at your profit. And on 1 minute, you can probably say, okay, if two or five candle, it's not depend on the candle, it depend on all on how market is reacting within a specific zone, which is your major zone or your minor zone. Let's go to the chart where we will understand how to identify our support and resistance level. Now this is your chart. You've opened the chart. This is what you see. We are using GBP USD. Then as a day trader, remember I'm a day trader. So we have to first of all, you can groom yourself into a scalper and groom yourself into a swing trader as you keep training yourself every day. Keep what? Training yourself every day. So this is what on daily time frame. This is on daily time frame. So when you open your chart, this is what you will see. Then first of all, you've seen this whole thing. Then you afterwards zoom out the chart so you'll be able to see it clearly, see how prices have reacted clearly. That's why a lot of people, when they make money on trading, they afterward get a bigger screen so they can see far back, like historically clearly on the bigger screen. So with this our screen, let's zoom out. So just zoom out, you zoom out, you press, you put on, I'm using my mouse, so I just have to hold on control, then zoom out with my mouse. Just zoom out just to shrink the chart, then see how market have reacted. This does my measure what zone on daily. This is my measure zone. In order for you to be able to freely move it like this, you have to take this your cursor to this where the numbers are written here. Just click on it, then check it like this, so you'll be able to move it freely. Or you come to the setting to what, remove what, auto fill, which is auto, which is fill data screen, so you'll be able to move it freely like this. You understand? So you will what, shrink the chart. And remember, they said one thing you should watch out for is what, where market has rejected what, multiple times, where market has rejected what, significantly. So, and we should first of all mark out what, the highest, or the support zone, which is the lowest. For me, I would take this as what, my recent support level. This, I'll take this. You can also take this. You can also take this. But for me, let's take this since the market is close. Is close. So let's take this first. Then we'll see. Then take out your what, your horizontal ray. Place it there. So remember, support and resistance level is not just a line. You take your rectangular tool, put it here, drag it from this point to here. Remember, it's a zone. Push it what, to the right hand side. So these are where you should be expecting price to get to before you take action forward for a buy. So you can see the reason why I take here is because market what reacted here and pushed the upside, and historically market has what reacted here as well. Look at what market did within this point. You can see what market did here, a support zone, and see what market did here. You can see what market did here. It created what, a resistance zone here, then pushes to the downside. Again, a resistance zone here, then pushes what, to the downside. So that's why I took this place. That's why I took here as what, my first what, support level, where I should be expecting market to get to before I look for what, a potential buy. And where will be my next, which is the recent highest level from this daily what, should be here for me. Okay, then I take my horizontal line, I place it here. If you move far back, you see market have reacted here. So then take my rectangular tool, take it to this other side. Is a zone where I should be expecting market to what, to react. You can see how I plot it from the body of this candle down to this wick. That's how I plot mine. From the body of the candle, which is where this candle body is, down to the wick. Then if you move to the left hand side, which is the recent highest point, you can see our market what reacted here. You can see our market reacted here on this point as a support level. Our market reacted here as a support level, and our market what reacted here as well, a break of the support level and become what, resistant level, that what give birth to this sell. You can see this point. If you push down, you see our market what reacted here. So market history always repeat itself. History always repeat itself. So that's why we trade off history. As a technical trader, you trade off what history, what market has done in the past as a technical trader. So you use it to what predict the futuristic what movement. So now you remember we are told to also look within those zones which were plot how market has reacted within those zones. Take a look at them because these are our major what zone. So you can see which one will I take from here. How market has reacted recently here. I'll take this point of this point. Okay, I'll take this point. I'll take this point on the daily. I'll take this point on the daily. This point on the daily for me because the reason why I don't want to take any of this point, I don't see a clear reaction within this point, and there's one here. There's one clear reaction here. Okay, there's one here. I will also take this one. A clear reaction here. You can see how markets reacted here. From this point, see how market reacted from this point and to this point. So we should be expecting market to react here. So we should look for a buy here. And if market broke this point, we can sell down to this point and buy to this side. You understand? So now this point is what you see how market reacted from this point to this point. So you can see how market reacted here. Now let's move to the what? These are your point of interest where you should be looking out to buy or what sell from. Now let's move to 4 hour to see. You see how market reacted of this point. So any recent zone within this 4 hour, we have to zoom out to see how the market must have reacted as a day trader. Okay, remember you have to go to wash out to the left hand side and see how market have reacted. Me, I'm not seeing any good one on this H4. Okay, it should be marked within as a day trader. Let it be marked closer to where the current market is because you are looking at to take a trade any moment. So as a day trader, just mark it within close. So the recent one is what on this daily. So it's on this daily. So you should be waiting for the market to get to this point, then you react off here. So then I will take this point as another point on my H4. This one. Let's pick our horizontal line and place it here. Then move to the down to the left hand side. You see our market reacted on this point. Our market reacted here. Our market reacted here. Let me mark it out. Our market reacted here. Our market reacted here. How the market reacted here. If you push it to the left hand side, you see look at another place here. Our market reacted here. So that's a good point for us to watch out for a buy or a sell setup. This is a good point. You can see a market came to this point and pushes to the upside, came back again, then pushes to the upside. You see? So remember, it's always a zone and not what? And not a line. It's a zone. Plot out your zone. So you have to wait for what market to react within this zone for you to take your entry. Wait for market to react within this zone and you take your entry. You get it? So wait for market. Then you move what to what? your H1. Some day trader take their entry from H1, while me, I it's rare for me to take my entry. I think I've done it just once or twice. So it's rare for me to take my entry on H1. I normally take my entry on 15 minutes. So once you've plot this your major zones where you should be expecting market to react, then you move to what your daily, your H1 to spot to look for entries on your H1 or 15-minute time frame. You get it? So you come to this point. You see the zone is very big, yes. It's very big, yes. So just wait for market to get to whatever market will do within this zone is what you should what you should take out your entry from, and your stop loss should be below this zone. Your stop loss should be below that zone. So the stop loss should be a bit what within between this zone, a bit below this zone. Then target 1:2 or 1:3, 1:2 or 1:3 should be your target. You understand? Or the next zone should be your target. This next zone should be your target. This next zone should be your target. But remember, market will not always get to that. It's not the most that market will always get to that zone for that day. So that's when you have to you watch out for your minor zone, which is what on H1 our market has reacted. So this is a significant one. So your TP should, when market get to this point, you should look how market will react within this place. Then what, if you want to take partial profit, you take partial, or if you still want to hold, you hold to see how market, if market will possibly get to what this your entry point. So I will put, since market is already close to the place, I'll be looking for a buy within this zone. So I will update you guys. If I take this buy, I will also update you guys. Catch you on the next. I trust you understand it now, how to mark out your zones already, how to mark out your zone. I trust you understand it now. So catch you on the next class.